Basically, Tom Dwan is going to get in this game, but they need to remove a player from the game, and they just high card for it for the players who, you know, doesn't seem to be giving as much action.
Hey, no matter what, after the end of this next second hour, I'll leave because I won the flip this time. So I'll just like.
After the
I'm saying if somebody else is trying to play again,
and then
I'm not gonna like try. Yeah, I'm not trying to like bogart the seat or whatever.
Jason Kuhn being a nice guy.
Yes.
I'm not even sure what he was saying. He's leaving in an hour, but then the game's going to break in an hour and a half or something.
Yeah. Basically, he's saying he will leave the game if necessary.
Well, I think a lot of people want to get in, so
yeah. So Elton's gonna raise his straddle pot.
Play like 3 on 3 or something. Yeah, 2 or 3. Just depending on how late this goes. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so what happened here? Paul Foy defended his straddle, and Elton bets 10K. Yeah, whenever you pick up your cards like that,
right.
You never raise, right?
I haven't seen that one. Definitely haven't seen that one.
You make it so everyone behind you can see too.
All right, we can get a little Tom Dom.
Okay, maybe we should not show that actually. This is too much information for us.
It is pretty.
And I think in almost all the cases, people are playing all their own money. Every now and then you have a funny thing like this where it's like, okay, you give a friend a few percent of you. But like just now, since I stole Rical's seat, I gave him 15% of me.
Whoa, that's a lot.
Well, yeah, but I stole his seat, so so he's gonna be sad if I lose.
Oh no! So he has to sweat it.
I mean, he doesn't need to sweat. You know. We'll see.
Good luck.
So
a lot of business.
Rui Cal has 15% of Dwan's action when he sits down. Usually it's a good thing, but Tom Dwan's a high variance player. It's like a lotto ticket.
Right.
You can win a lot of money, can also potentially lose a lot.
Rui might wake up with a text saying, "You owe me 300" or something like that.
All right, so Elton's gonna open up Ace King of Diamonds. Fold it over a Shanghai Wong.
Shanghai limping on the gun.
Yeah, he did limp on the gun. He didn't straddle.
All the limps are getting punished.
Is he
gonna limp to call this hand?
I'm
Not really sure what's happening with these chips. He's kind of making like a fortress right now.
I have no idea what Shanghai Wong's thinking. He's one of the people that I want to learn Mandarin just so I know what the heck he's talking about all the time. Because he seems like he's really happy, you know, and happy with himself a lot.
Wait, is he getting up now? Is he taking a little break?
Oh yeah, he just quit.
I flopped the nuts.
Or maybe he feels bad that Tom Dwan's taking Rui's seat.
Way too much information.
Shanghai, is he winning some money? I already forget.
I don't think he's up money. I mean, we'll get the little previews when they come up.
You get to see mine too.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Maybe they're gonna play a different game or something.
Yeah. Maybe he wants to play short deck. I'm not sure.
Well, everyone wants to play short deck, but there's not always a game.
So Tom Dwan's gonna take Shanghai Wong's seat. Well, we replace one action player with another action player. So as long as he plays like Shanghai Wong, we're in good shape here.
It's good that that Rui's still in there, and Tom's got a seat that means he's going to be playing some hands. I think if he was in Rui's seat, he'd have to be a little tighter. So for the viewers, where we're a little bit more likely to get some good splashing going on.
So Elton's actually up 300,000 right now. I mean, even after losing. He lost like 700,000 that set over set hand.
Was it that much?
He lost 700,000. It was a check rate to 140,000, like a 300K term bet or something, 375K term bet. Yeah, and he's still up 300,000. Assuming he didn't add on, and I don't think he did.
Yeah, Well,
Cal, Jack 8 offsuit.
All right, so Rui Cal has Jack 7 of spades. Paul Flop wakes up with Ace King. Gonna see him 4-bet here. Seems like a mandatory 4-bet when you're playing against Rui Cal. How much would you make it? What's the standard
it's
size?
so deep, and like getting all in with Ace King this deep is probably a bad idea.
Right, but usually I guess you just take it down pre-flop.
Right, but it's kind of like you're almost bluffing in a way.
Somewhat, yeah. But you're out of position, so it's like,
Raise 3-bet.
Yeah, you don't want to peel.
yeah, you don't really
Just
want to call. Like,
Pair open.
I just make it like 100K, a little bit more. You think?
Pretty clear, maybe 4-bet.
105K?
Yeah, I'm hoping he calls because then Tom will call Queen 7 suited. So
Can you give me one McAllen? Thank you.
So it looks like people can see the hands behind them.
So sick.
oh, they're showing that. Yeah,
So everyone gets the equal information. So Paul here,
is Paul? How much he chip? Is he having plaques?
he's playing. I thought I read he was playing 800K roughly. So about 200 big blinds is my read on the situation, but
Right there is like
his
almost
plaques don't really say
Yeah,
that,
but
so I'm not exactly sure.
200. I win 200.
Oh, yeah, I think he 4-betting does seem like it's not like Rui's that tight of a player that you should.
Oh yeah, he's got plaques, so
Yeah. drop some
usually
plaques.
you're just gonna take it down pre-flop, and just like what 50K and then 55,000 in the middle. It's
Right.
a lot of big blinds.
Take it, put it in your stack after you make it 100K right here.
Yeah, I think he's gonna re-raise. It seems he's just trying to decide how much to make it. Yep. Okay. Let's just put 800,000 euros in there. 762,000 euros.
Paul is seems like he's scared to play post flop because no one's calling him with worse here.
Yep.
I guess someone with
King 7 suited?
I mean, it's a profitable play, of course, because usually they would just fold and chip up. But it's like the simplest way to play the hand is just going all in with your best hands.
And I mean, Jason, I guess if he has queens, it's hard to put the money in.
Probably would fold,
Right.
given the action.
I give up first.
But still, kind of just
me and
wasted.
Jungle come in for Shanghai and Ri. Way to ruin a poker game.
You said Jack 8 suited, so fuck.
No, I-
7
Oh,
suited.
yeah, Jack.
You-
Right.
I said offsuit.
2 hours up, so many.
No, actually, wait. I
Okay,
clear
what
until my
about next?
big blind.
Big one.
Paul Faw's trying to get rid of Rui for some
I
reason.
open 5-8 offsuit.
Right, he's putting money with no hand, and they're kicking him out.
I'm trying to be good on TV.
Yeah.
It's funny because Rui does have the final table tomorrow, but if this game ran all night and Rui had a seat all night, he'd probably just play it all night. All these guys are sick enough to do that if they had a spot tomorrow.
So Ivy folding his big blind with rags.
Where's Jungle?
Yeah, where's Jungle
There
Man?
he is, I see him.
Okay, Patrick.
I love the way Jungle Man plays.
Okay.
I give you my seat. Wait.
Jungle Man.
1920.
The Jungle Man.
On the 19th of May, 20th of May, 12 hours cash game, okay? 4 hours block. So you're gonna give a seat to Jungle.
Whoa,
I'm
Sam.
leaving. Just wait for my big man.
Oh.
I'm leaving.
Jungle.
Play 2 more hands. I play 2 more hands. Count your stack, Mr. Foy.
What you 2 plus 2 plus 2? That's it.
That's it. Okay, that's it. Count your stack.
Was he saying there's going to be another huge cash game in a couple days?
No. It's okay.
I thought he said he said a certain date. I didn't hear which date, but he's like, we're gonna play a 12-hour cash game.
19th, 20th.
Yeah, he's just trying to like block it out.
Well, that's awesome. I look forward to seeing some more action then.
Yeah, no,
Pop.
We just sleeping.
this is gonna be fun.
Pop.
Now over to Ivy in the small blind of 10-3 of diamonds. Oh, actually,
100K.
Elton's in his pot.
Paul is like
Don't see his
90K,
hand.
80K, 90K.
Okay.
Oh no, more. 180.
GG guys. Good luck. Later, brother. Good luck tomorrow.
I lose
All right, so is that Rui Cal what's gone, I believe?
Right, we got booted. Nice. Jungle Man is in the wings.
We have a new player that will be joining the game. Dan, hello.
Hi.
What were you up to?
I was playing on PokerStars.
Just from one game to another. Were you following the stream at all?
No, actually, I wasn't.
We weren't doing any notes and homework.
No, I maybe should have been, I guess, but Too late.
Too late now. What are you expecting from this game?
I think people play a little bit differently, and probably a lot of gambling.
You like that?
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Awesome. So you're coming in hot, played online. You're ready to play this game, right?
Yeah,
All right. Good luck.
thanks.
Very well said, Jungle Man. You didn't. It's just the words you needed to get your point across, right? Yes.
He's efficient,
Yeah.
if anything. It's also weird hearing him called Dan. I feel like until the day he dies, he's going to be called Jungle or Jungle Man
Yeah.
by
I always hear Paul Fall call him Jungle.
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 Just sleep.
Yeah, Dan. Who's Dan?
So Antonios and Elton Sang are in this pot. 1.2 and 1.3 million stacks. Let's see, we've got a open and a straight draw, mid pair, backdoor flush draw.
Tomorrow we do it properly.
I think
Actually went check, surprisingly.
I think this is
But
like,
it's okay.
So now Elton's got to think he's got the best hand usually. I think he's going to start firing.
whatever should all need to be rotated.
And the way Antonios played the hand, likely to call turn bet.
2 hours is too short.
He represents a lot of hands if it goes check. Sometimes Elton has a hand like king queen, he bets a turn and just check folds the river.
But it's okay. No rest.
So Antonius raised pre. or
He
he's
did
not
raise
big
pre,
blinder,
correct?
yeah.
So river's a 6.
3 hours.
Shit.
4 hours.
So if you're Elton here, basically you're deciding, can I get a worse hand to call or should I check and try to get like missed diamonds to draw? And he does check, so very nice check. He knows he's got the best hand. I guarantee he'll snap call a river bet.
Right, gotta put the money in here.
Antonius, he needs to bet. You know, like a lot of times Elton will just have a missed draw himself. So he's gonna win some
Right, you gotta
chips
get
here.
the full queen high and king high. It's so important here.
So 32,000. Elton's pretty much calling.
Right, no point raising for bluff or value or anything. It's just take,
There goes.
take the money.
Bye-bye, 64,000 euros for Antonius. Very well played. Now, this is a great sign of a great player because some people, they're like, oh, if I have the best hand, I must bet the river, right? But Elton's thinking about how can I pick up more money by actually inducing bluffs from missed draws. And I think that's just a big sign of a strong player.
Antonius knows he has a tight image too, where
To welcome
if
you.
he doesn't have it on the river, he's gonna have to bluff. He's gonna feel like he has to
One round
bluff.
shadow. Starting with you.
I don't mind.
Starting with you. 8,000, come on. One round shadow, everyone.
Jungle Man gets onto the table and he has to straddle the first hand he plays.
Welcome to the game.
So he thinks he's playing 2K, 4K. Now he's got to play 2K, 4K, 8K.
It sounded just like
Kate's with 1 million.
Alright, we can get a little Tom versus Jungle first hand.
He's got Jack Deuce offsuit. Phil Ivy's got 6-5 of diamonds. He's going to make the raise to 3x. The straddle.
Ellen looks like interested. Yep.
Yep.
Suited on the buttons. Why not? Why not just make it 80K, Elton? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me the way he's been playing. But he's going to at least see a flop. And that's what he's going to do.
Alright.
And he's actually dominating Phil Ivy right now.
That's why I called.
Yeah, Jason Kuhn with Queen 9 suited. He lets it go.
We need to discuss how that
ST with pocket 8s. He's going to try and see a flop here. Just kind of play it straightforward.
But you can have a little bit small piece free.
And Daniel Jungleman Cates is out of there.
Uh-oh.
8,000 euros gone.
Uh-oh, Ivy.
So we got a 3-way flop here.
I think ST set hunting maybe.
Oh, wow.
With what? Set of pair fours?
Paul just told everyone what ST
Yeah, you
has.
don't want to get called out with the hand you actually have.
Right, you gotta be a pretty tight player when people know you just have a pocket pair of pre-flop.
So Phil Ivy flops a 6. Thinks his hand is good, so he bets 30,000. Elton in position.
When you call with a hand like Jack 5 suited pre-flop, it doesn't feel right just folding it. You gotta get weird with it sometimes.
Well, you're definitely going to think about it. He's thinking about, okay, does Ivy have a queen here? Can I represent a queen? What kind of creative move I can do? He really just has nothing. Playing the player.
I would think it's gonna work too if he any type of raise.
I really think he's thinking about so long that he's not gonna. Yeah, when you touch these chips, you're not folding, right? Man, Elton is such a sick player. Oh, is he folding? Oh. Man, that was a lot of move just to fold.
Want to flex on Ivy a little bit, and then
Well, ST's going to check call here. Just play it safe. What's the point of raising? So he's going to make the call. So Ivy here, I'm a little bit worried. I pretty much auto check the turn and see if a heart rolls off and decide if I want to pick off a river. ST turns a boat. He just grabs some chips right on.
I think he might normally decide to barrel on like blanks because the pocket pair read is pretty good.
Some big pots when I was sweating on the street.
So like he can move them off like sevens.
You know, like some people can have a lot of queens there. People, you know, but like if he has queen 10 offsuit, I think pre-flop he's not getting in there multi-way behind two people. I think he's just playing like queen jack suited type of stuff.
Sure.
There's not that many queens. But the flush card makes it even.
Check.
So Paul Faw's like read is spot on. He has to show everyone he's got his pocket eights.
Yep.
He wins a nice pot. All of these little pots will add up.
Hey, I'm doing marketing.
Did you really to buy cakes?
No. You'll see real soon.
I mean,
Ivy.
done something there.
Didn't work, Ivy.
No way.
That Jack 5 suited could have worked it out though.
It would have been ambitious.
Ellen,
I have one
Shadow?
playing
Oh.
the what's it
you
called?
bike we hurt you.
Wait, her Joe. No need anti, no need
So
anti.
Ivy is down 385,000 right now.
And the whiskey is getting spilled on the table. It is a good game.
Playing the super high roll or the whatever the poker at the bar cash game.
There's never been a bad poker game when there's whiskey spilled on the table.
I actually thought I had like quite a good read on Roble and JRB, and I just went for it with the 9-2 offsuit and jumped off a ton.
I have seen that hand.
I don't usually do these. Usually I got at least like a 9-2 suited if I'm going.
You
for
gotta
it,
have
you
the
know?
suited.
9-6 off, something like that. A little.
Yeah.
This one I just thought I had it.
Annoying.
Looked like an idiot.
All right.
Money,
First Tom
money,
hand of the night.
money.
Get in there.
Without money, you have no honey.
Oh, this guy is so funny. Alright, so Tom Dwan opens in the straddled game to 22,000. Elton saying,
I'd be surprised if Elton 3-bet a hand like this at this point against Tom.
well, he's going to make the call.
Maybe in an hour if it's the same exact hand, same exact position he's 3-betting, but he doesn't want to get Tom to start have his head spinning.
Maybe Kuhn will play this one because he's in position this time. Yep, he is going to call. And I like to see Antonios come along with Jack 8 offsuit. So we got a
does he have it in him? 4-way close to action. There you go. Flick it in there.
4-way
Sounds like
pot,
a good game.
98,000 euros in there.
Need to get this money in
All
there
right.
fast.
So
So it looks like Elton flops the best here. He's got 76% chance to win this pot.
Only diamond, another top pair.
How many more reserves?
Everyone's got a piece.
I mean, Tom Dwan's needs some big creativity to try to stab at this pot, right? His hand. But maybe he is going to bet. He is. This is crafty.
Pop the bands.
Do we mind 9 players?
Betting into four. This is a 4-way pot, and he's just bet 70,000.
You don't mind, Tom? I mind.
Was that a plaque?
Piece of you.
He did bet 120, right?
No, 70,000.
Okay, sure.
So Tom Dwan has the worst hand and is the one betting right now.
Okay. His first hand dealt in.
You come in, you go.
He doesn't care.
Now Elton saying here, top pair, the king queen. He's got the king flush draw. Should just be calling. He's got 2 other players he needs to worry about. So he does call.
Different stacks maybe you can raise, but here just call. Put it in.
Antonius and Kuhn are out.
ST.
Kuhn didn't think much about that top pair, just pitched it.
The trick just came in,
Turns a
right?
king, so 2 pair for Elton. Tom Dwan's just got bottom pair. I mean, when you bet this flop,
Black, you said you took
there's a chance he thinks he should be betting this turn. he really just doesn't have anything. This is not a great turn to bet because usually your opponent does have like king jack or king queen, or even ace 10, one diamond. So he does check.
Elton's got to bet this. He just seems...
Too often your opponent just has a lot of outs.
Right, and this hand's too good. Like, there's just plenty of worse stuff.
You want to get value out of like ace king, ace queen, ace jack. So he bets pot 200,000.
Well, try again, Tom.
Nice try.
We playing the 5-8 offsuit.
They keep talking about this 8-5 offsuit with Rui. Do you know about this?
No, it's the same. Him playing it earlier, where you c-bet for 20K. On king,
Oh,
king
that
10.
one.
It must be shown on TV at the table. Right
just
now.
like reading out the hands.
And
Got
now,
it.
now they all know.
Pretty close to it.
But it's no good because he's not in the game anymore. They can't even needle him.
Yeah, so he set up this image just to walk away from it.
Right. Right, I guess.
Okay, one round.
He's setting up for like next week's match or something.
No, I think Rui's not the type to set it up because his image is his image because he always plays that way.
So he's setting up like a match 1 year from now.
I don't think he set up anything. He just likes to spew, so he spews.
One round, double straddle.
He feels good when he wins a pot with like no connection.
Right, and he's good enough to work it out that he can do that stuff.
All right, so Ivy's gonna raise to jack 8 of diamonds. Nothing is going his way. He's down 400,000 euros at the moment. Hopefully he can win a pot this time. But Elton's got 2 random cards. Gonna make a call. I think Elton's actually been might be the splashiest player at the table.
Right, that's really surprising to me. And
68%.
props to Elton for getting in there.
Well, Jungle Man, pocket queens in the small blind. This is a straddle pot. It's gonna make it 100,000. I think his sizing's pretty good given how deep they are.
Jungle Man versus Ivy.
All right.
So
Elton.
Ivy's probably gonna fold. And Elton,
Sorry.
oh, must have been some really bad garbage.
Yeah, another Jack napkin suited.
No, Phil Ivy's. I think Paul Fall's just gonna show his cards.
We couldn't see it anyway.
What do you mean? They to
I
grab
saw Paul grab his cards. I don't know if he showed it, but
his bluff grabbing his cards.
Oh,
Man, I let you see Tom.
not fair.
That's mine, I think. Yeah.
No, it's true. He always, whenever a VIP looks at mine, what do you
Alright, Ivy. Your straddle, it's my double.
Okay.
You know I love my double, right?
we got a dealer change.
Oh, mine straddle. Yeah.
So Elton saying this current big winner, 487,000 euros into profit. Phil Ivy is the current loser, 409,000. Everyone else is up or down 100K.
Jungle Man 2 hands up 50K. Tom 1 hand down 100K. So
Tom Dwan's hand was a little ambitious in my opinion. I think he had a plan, but the king was like, I'm not going to do some crazy like 3-barrel.
right.
It's only 8 hands.
But it's a good sign of things to come. That
get aces on my double straddle.
he did the zero equity, or not zero equity, but like.
Yeah, and everyone's going to be seeing the hand like, okay, Tom's going to be up to no good today. And then maybe he could set up like a nice value bet or something.
Or just you set up an even sicker bluff that no one would think you do because after the first few bluffs.
How long was it?
So we might have a little audio issues, but hang in there, guys.
Yeah, they cut the table audio. Maybe they were saying that Chinese phrase too much. Yeah, the table is just getting good too. All the table chat, the whiskey flowing.
Yeah, not too sure if you guys can hear us, but if you do, let us know.
Ni hao, ni hao.
Hello. Okay, so they can hear us.
Cool.
Apparently they just cut off the table chat for some odd reason. Stuck with us.
Maybe they're getting censored. Maybe they're talking about.
Yeah, they're talking about something that should not be heard. But
that's funny.
2,000, 4,000, 8,000, and Elton put on the triple straddle to 16,000 right now. He's got 6-4 offsuit, and Jungle Man wakes up with ace jack offsuit. Has to put 40,000 as a. This is like a regular pre-flop raise.
This is this game's getting sick with the triple or the double straddle in there. Elton doesn't give a hoot.
So, Ivy, does he let go of his king 10? Okay. Now, Elton, I really doubt Elton's going to fold 4-6 offsuit here.
A lot of money on that pot.
I mean, usually when you triple straddle and you get something that looks playable, you're going to see a flop.
Right,
So he does make the call.
the raise wasn't too big. That's a good point. When you triple straddle, it's not because you want to play tight.
Yeah.
It's because
He flops 2 pair. Jungleman has 2 overs and a backdoor nut flush draw. So he actually might continuation bet here. He might check it back. You can really see both plays being viable options. When you bet the flop, you know, there's a lot of good multi-barrel cards. Usually like a diamond. So Elton here with 2 pair. I wonder if he's going to check raise or check call. Both plays seem he's going to check raise to 200,000 right now, and Jungleman really can't continue with just ace jack high. So Elton just won pretty big pot with 6-4 offsuit, 100,000 euros with just 6-4 offsuit, just because he triple straddled it. So we will get some table audio in about like 15-20 minutes, just working that out. Don't worry, guys.
it's good that the big straddle won too. It makes it more likely that there's more straddles and more bigger pots. I'm always thinking about what's good for the game and what's most likely to make the most big pots
you seem
happen.
like a very fun player to have in the game.
I'm not just for like my being a fan and wanting to see blood get spilled on the table with big pots, but I think it's good for poker when there's big pots.
Yeah. So Kuhn's got ace jack offsuit. This is a single straddle. I mean, single straddle is still huge. I like it. I'm happy to see Elton get playable hands when he straddles, because I know he's gonna take them post flop or do some 3-bet and yeah.
Right, he's not gonna fold the whatever.
So it wouldn't shock me if he 3-bets his hand, because it's suited. It seems so like playable. You're in the big blind.
Right,
I think calling's like the safer play, so he is gonna make the call.
I think 3-betting against Jason, who's raising under the gun, King Queen's a little too low for that. I'd rather be polarized than have something that's dominated by his ace kings.
So he flops 2 overs and an inside straight draw. Jason Kuhn with a backdoor heart draw. Kind of expect him to check it back, and he does.
Yeah,
so
they both want to see that turn card.
So turns a deuce. I think Elton should bet this turn a lot. I feel like he's
Check
up
raise.
against like. Oh, he's going to check. I think he's going to check raise if he does bet, right? Jason, I noticed that Elton's a very tricky player, so he can actually have a lot of nutted hands that you don't expect when he checks. River's a 5. So Elton, does he? I mean, he's got a lot of showdown value, so he might just decide to check. I think he does. Go check.
I don't know if he has any showdown value against under the gun raise from Kuhn, checking behind.
Yeah, I guess it looks like showdown value, but I guess hands that he beats, like King Jack and Queen Jack, would have bet the flop or turn. So good observation there.
Right, or the river if he just wanted to get tricky and check behind the straight draws. But yeah, I'm surprised Elton didn't try to just go.
I kind of would like a turn bet there. If you think a player is playing a little bit tighter, I don't know if we can hear the audio on this. We'll just
watch an interview. Can you read lips?
Yep, I'm going to try and play in this splashy game. I'm going to triple straddle.
And maybe put the 4 straddle out there.
Yeah, they can't hear it, so we can fill it in the words for Kane.
Yeah, he said he's triple straddling. He says he's gonna go crazy in this game. So
he's like, I've seen some I've done some commentary, so I know these guys how they play. Gonna check raise them. Yep, sounds about right.
Well, good luck to him. I guess he's maybe taking Antonius' seat.
Yes. So I like that they're rotating out, players. You can see a lot of different styles, and they're keeping in the action players. So Tom Dwan here is coming along for 32,000. How's there 32,000 already in the spot? It's a straddled.
Paul just made a big old raise.
Yep. Actually, I think the straddle is actually better because, you know, it reduces the stack to pot ratio and kind of gets people to bet jam more, right? When you're 250 big blinds deep, don't people kind of like check a little bit more,
They
you know?
get it up, yeah.
Yeah. So this is actually much better for the game.
Yeah, since they all put €1 million on the table, we want to see him get it in, so it's definitely better.
Paul Foy here, top pair. Let's see if he gets tricky or if he decides a continuation. But I think he's trying to talk about who is sitting where right now, actually. It has nothing to do with his hand.
Okay, just scooted his seat up. He feels like he's in there. And who knows, like the Tom Paul dynamic, they have so much like history, who knows what they're thinking about against each other.
I think he checked. Nice check by Paul Foy. He's just trying to trap Tom. Tom's like, I got a pair of threes. I got showdown value.
All right, I'll take a free 3.
Turn to 9. I know a lot of people probably want to trap Tom because they feel like he bluffs a lot, but you do need to try and value bet him too.
Right, because he calls a lot.
So
he could just have like the 4 deuce suited, or he feels like he needs to call this flop.
So Paul, you know, bets his 30K. Scoops this one. So Tom is he's not going to sort the deck for us. He's going to put all the spades in one pile, all the diamonds in one pile. Wait, are they really? I was kind of joking.
No, he's.
Oh, wait, are they playing short deck? No, right? Are they playing short deck?
They're doing maybe a table wide flip for something. That makes sense. Everyone's drawing. Oh, he's drawing for a
seats.
seat. Yeah, okay. They're gonna try to squeeze him in somewhere.
Oh, maybe. Oh, they're making it 9-handed? I believe. 1, 2. Is that 9-handed?
Yeah, I think Paul might have mentioned that earlier. He said something about can we do 9, and now they're squeezing him in.
All right, so we got a new player, Kane Callis. He's been in the booth with me a lot. I'm not sure if you know that, Gabe. So he's been commentating.
Yeah, I don't know if. To be honest, I saw his name. I didn't know he was a poker player.
Yeah.
I know you're a poker player, but I didn't know he was. But
Thank you. I feel very well respected.
no, we used to play together a ton. Like,
oh, have we?
10 years ago, GP333 on Stars. I know we played.
I've seen your screen name.
Yeah, I think we might have played like 10.
Is any chance you have a cat as your avatar? Or
Yeah,
no?
it was like a
at
leopard.
one point.
It was like
okay, yeah.
little
I
scared
can't
cat.
tell the difference between a cat and a leopard. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was back in the day.
I remember you being a splashy player. That's
Hey.
my memory.
Right on. Okay, well. No, I remember like when they used to track all the 2-4 games on Stars on like poker table ratings. You were always the biggest winner at 2-4, and I was always the second biggest winner over.
So I'm like, no one can see you because everyone's looking at my graph, and you're like, oh man, I gotta get this nano because he's just like.
No, I can't catch up. I couldn't play enough hands.
All right, so we've been joined by Kane Callis in seat 9. So he's been commentating. He says he hasn't been playing that much recently, so we'll see if he's going to be ready for such a big game.
Yeah, I mean these stakes are no joke, no matter who's playing.
I mean, he might be a little bit uncomfortable in this game because it's straddled. I don't think he was expecting that. When we were talking about it, he's like, oh, it's going to be a 1K, 2K game.
Right. So
Now it's, 4x that game right now, potentially
right,
8x.
Call preflop is 20K. That's no joke.
All right, so over to Paul Foy of Queen 10 offsuit. So there's a raise from Antonius, a straddle from ST. Paul here, saying Paul-like things. He's gonna make the fold.
All right, this is a big swing right here. If Tom, I think that's a 3-bet face.
Well, Tom's not folding. I haven't seen him fold. Well, is he folding? Is this a new Tom Dwan today?
Don't do it. Don't do it. 3-bet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You gotta take off the rubber bands. I feel like the longer you play with Tom Dwan, the more he gets like a good read on what you're doing. So like, sure, maybe he's gonna bluff off some chips here and there, but he really thinks about previous hands to kind of like set up like future big bluffs or future big value bets, right? So someone like Tom is like pretty scary to play against over a long amount of time.
He remembers everything. Also, it's worth mentioning how, you know, Tom and Antonius had that challenge together. They've had a couple challenges actually, because they had one in London where maybe it was like a 50K freeze out or something like that.
Okay, sure.
They had this heads-up battle that was televised or streamed or whatever years ago, and I remember then Tom, he really got the best of Antonius, where Tom had made a lot of good hands, but he just had to fold him on the river because he had such a good read on Antonius and what he could lay down to him.
Wow, Antonius just folded King Jack of clubs right here, so playing a little bit tighter.
Yeah, and you know, Tom got him in that challenge, and also of course the Dur challenge where Antonius quit earlier. So I think Tom might try to pick on Antonius just because he feels like he's got the drop on him.
Yeah, well, he just made him fold a much better hand.
Antonius is mad about it too. He's like, Tom on my left.
Yeah, I mean, like, King Jack clubs, of course you don't want to play this pot out of position and re-raise pot, but against Tom, I feel like if Tom is re-raising you of a bunch of garbage, it's really hard for him to win if you defend with strong ranges, right? Like,
it is nine-handed though, so like.
So like maybe he actually he does pick up hands too. That's the thing.
Nine-handed, it's calling the three with King Jack suited, like, because Tom's wide. Yeah, you might just end up sad when it comes King High and you lose.
Right, it's like maybe just avoid these really tricky potential spots.
Yeah, that's what's kind of a bummer about nine-handed, is that it's probably smart not to raise under the gun and call three bets with stuff like that, because people have you in bad shape.
Paul Flaw here, King 5 of hearts. He's making it 30K. And it's over to Elton. He's going to fold this Queen 5 offsuit.
And who we got? Straddle and Jungle
ST, King Queen offsuit. It's a big raise, but he's not going to fold.
And Jungle folding, closing the action there.
Ace 9, it's a tricky spot because it's kind of a larger pre-flop raise size. It would have outflopped everyone though.
I'm still surprised though. I thought, Jungle Man's into all the solver stuff, and I would have thought the solver told him to put the chips in there.
Guys are using two different solvers, it seems like.
Right. Well, I've never used one in my life, so I don't.
Yeah, so your solver doesn't even work.
Right. I don't even have a smartphone, so just kidding. Bluff.
Yeah, okay. I was like, I guess. So Paul bets the flop and takes it down. Paul been playing some pots too.
I guess it was a pretty big open, but ST has a pretty tight range where you just don't want to get in there with ace 9 offsuit mixing it up.
It does make sense. I mean, I can see how he might think ST